It's Wednesday. Not only is Wednesday, it's Wealth Wednesday. So happy to have Yvonne back on the show, an investment specialist with First Ontario Credit. We were talking off camera about where people are when it comes to their knowledge on where to put their money. And
Yes.
you say it's getting better.
It's getting better, but a lot of people don't know where to start, and they don't know some of the investment strategies to be using.
And the terms to use, and intimidating to use those terms, or intimidated to ask?
Intimidated sometimes to ask, and we throw around certain terms just anticipating that people know what they are. When in fact, we say mutual funds, GICs, and they just kind of, they don't want to ask, but they really should ask.
They're not in their head, yes, but they don't really know. So how much of your role is actually educating on what everything is before you actually get down to it?
It's a huge part of what I do to ensure that when we are suggesting investment strategies, that they actually know what the products are that we are suggesting.
Okay, and things have changed even from my parents' generation because they relied more on government ways to do things, but you can't really do that anymore.
Well, I mean, you can, and that is built into the plan, but you also need to figure out what do you want for your retirement, what are your goals, and then save for yourself to make sure that you are okay and that you are going to reach your goals.
Everybody's different.
Everybody is different.
That's why you sit down with an investment specialist like yourself and break things down.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's break things down the best we can in the time that we have. So, what are some of the ways, the terms, GICs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds?
Yeah, because we throw around these terms and we just expect people to know them. But so investments come in two basic categories. The ones where principal's guaranteed rate of return is guaranteed, like guaranteed investment certificates. And then we also talk about mutual funds, which in a broad term is pooled funds that fund managers invest in stocks, bonds, money market instruments. The investors share in growth, expenses, losses, and expenses.
Which what we're seeing right now with the stock market and the volatility of that.
Yes.
So there's more risk with that. Is it up to the individual, or where do you push people? Or do you actually, it's up to them, but where do you direct people?
It's up to them where they want to be going. So we basically look at what are their goals. We look at what are their time horizons, their objectives, and then we make suggestions based on that. Right? So when we look at GICs, again, the draw towards GICs is that principal is guaranteed, rate of return is guaranteed. The downside for guaranteed investment certificates is typically the rates of return are lower because it's safer. And the returns don't beat inflation. So you actually start to lose some purchasing power with that. Mutual funds, you're investing in stocks, bonds, money market instruments, typically more long-term growth that you can achieve through mutual funds. So there's some benefits and there's some features.
The first step is, we only have 30 seconds left. The first step is setting those goals.
Yes.
On what you want to do now and into the future when it comes to, retirement and into vacations, all of that. That's where you want to, and then be talking to an investment specialist. That's kind of where you want to go?
You want to create a budget for yourself so that you know how much savings that you actually have to be putting into your investments. So you want to know what your expenses are and then subtract that off of your net income, right? And then go, okay, I've got this money for savings. Where do I want to be investing it?
Okay. We run out of time. Because another point we got to get into, like teaching our kids in high school about all this stuff so they know when they get out.
Absolutely.
On the next episode of Wealth Wednesdays with Yvonne from First Ontario Credit Union.